Well, good day, folks. Me back with another video. I hope your Monday has treated you fairly well. For today's video, we're going to have a look at a knife I've been working on cleaning up. It made an appearance a week or two ago in a 2 for Tuesday video I did where I highlighted it was a West German fish knife and a Richard Sheffield kind of little camp knife that I was going to clean up. The camp knife's done. That I am saving though for this Sunday, and I'm going to release that under the tag by Slip Joint Sawyer for Sheffield Sunday because it is a Sheffield knife. The fish knife is taking a little bit more work. It came from the Bay of Fundy, which is all mud, no sand, and it brought a good amount of that mud back with it. So it's a job getting it cleaned out. But in that video, I also highlighted a little Sabre, I guess, Congress that I was going to try and clean up. Well, that's done. Before we get into a look at that, I'm going to throw up a little montage of screenshots from that video just to give you an idea of the kind of shape the knife was in. I really need to start taking pictures before I do these cleanups. Then we'll spin the camera around and have a look at the finished product. So stay tuned for the clips, and I hope you enjoy those and stick around to see the finished product. Okay, so for those of you who lasted through the montage, here is the finished product. I didn't go too crazy with polishing everything down. The scales show their age, and there's even a good sized crack right there. So I didn't want the rest of the knife to be too polished and shiny because I didn't want that to contrast, the age on the cover. So I did a little look around. I found 2 or 3 examples of the knife online for sale. 2 of those dated it in around the 50s. One dated it as 1976, but as we'll see in a minute, on the tang stamp, there's a 76. Now that could be the year or that could be the model number. But regardless, it's a knife that's got some years under its belt. And so little cracks and things like that, the damage on the scales, I just didn't want the rest of the knife to look newer than the covers. So you can see the bolsters just have a little bit of shine to them, the little bit of a polish on the shield. And as I noted before, the very poorly stamped shield. Cleaned up the back springs a bit, got the grime off of those and the rust. Here's the other side. Now, the blades, as you can tell from the pictures, were quite rusted, corroded looking, and had some damage to them. They were well-used blades. So as we open up our main blade here, I reprofiled the edge, got those chips out of it. I didn't want to go too far because, I mean, it's a blade that's seen some sharpening over the years. Still left some of the patina with it. It's an old knife. Let it show its age a bit, I guess. And as I said, I just wanted everything to match. And you can see the tang stamp there. Sabre Japan and the 76. Again, that could be a date, but I tend to think it's more of a model number. But it's got a good strong spring, good snap. Good snap on the close. Your secondary blade was sitting very low. It had been sharpened down quite a bit, and it was quite a challenge to get a hold of it. I've now got it sitting a little bit higher. Again, I left some of the roughness on it, but you can see it was sharpened down quite a bit. So what I did, and you probably won't be able to see it here, see that little bit of red down there? I took a little piece of leather and put it down there just to stop the blade from dropping fully into the channel. Now that's not perfectly sitting at this point. As you can see, it's a little bit high, but in time that leather is going to wear and it will depress more, and then it will sit fully into the channel. But all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. A real nice snap on that. It's a tight spring. So there it is in all its new old glory. The channel is pretty clean. Maybe I've got a better light in there, maybe. You can see that bit of red leather in there a little bit better there, perhaps. I come to believe that I had questioned before whether that was something that the previous owner had done, that little nick away there, but I think that's actually was part of the original design, because it seemed to be on the other knives too. But I think it turned out pretty good. Some real good snap to it. The spring's nice and strong. And I got a decent edge on it. We'll get some paper here. So it will cut. It's no razor. And I'm terrible at this cutting paper stuff on camera. But the main blade will cut. And the pen blade. God, I'm terrible at this. Give me a new piece of paper. The pen blade will cut. So it's not a razor by any stretch, but it's a usable knife. With a very healthy snap. So there you go. One brought back from the graveyard, the rust heap, and can be used by me or somebody else, or just left as it is and appreciated for an old knife that's served its time. But I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, tune in Sunday if you'd be interested in seeing how the Sheffield, England camp knife, I guess, turned out. And until then, we'll see you in the next video. If you like this, please consider dropping a like. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or advice on what I could have done better with this, please drop those in the comment section below. I learn from watching videos and from my own experience and playing at different techniques to clean up. And if you'd like to see more, like that video on Sunday, please consider subscribing and maybe tapping that little bell button. Monday's almost over, folks. We just killed another 7-8 minutes here talking about an old knife. And before you know it, it'll be Tuesday. The weekend's coming. Y'all take care.